Okay, so we are doing a lesson over percent of change today. We're going to be working with some percents. I'm going to be talking from the front pretty loud, so hopefully you can hear this. You might have to turn the volume all the way up. So let's get started. We want to write percents as a decimal. So here's our percents. We want to write them as a decimal. We have to move the decimal place 2 spots. So decimal is right here after the 7. We move it to the left 2 places. Our decimal would be 0.27. Same thing over here. I move it 1, 2, 0.545 is my decimal. So next one, I want to write the decimal as a percent. I do the opposite. I'm going to move the decimal 2 places to the right. So here I go 1, 2. My percent is 76%. My percent here would be 32.7%. All right? Now, we're going to be doing some equations with this. So this says what percent of 50 is 33? What we need to know, some of these words are of and our is mean something, okay? Whenever you see of, you are going to think multiply. When you see is, equal, okay? So our equation, we're going to write it in math terms now, not words. So what percent, I'm just going to use P. Of is times 50 is equal to 33. So now I just need to solve this. I want to solve for P, my percent. So it is being multiplied right now. So I'm going to divide 50 to both sides. So I'm going to get my percent is equal to 33 divided by 50. Do that on your calculator, and you will get 0.66. But that's a decimal. I want to change it to a percent. So I move the decimal place 2 spots. My final answer would be 66%. Okay? All right, let's try this one. What number is 75% of 164? So my number, we're going to call it N. Is, remember that's equal to 75%, but I want to write that percent as a decimal. I move it 2 spots. We have 0.75. Remember that of is times 164. So for this one, to find the number, I'm going to take 0.75 times 164. Do that in your calculator. Okay, see what you get. You should get 123. All right, 123. All right, we're going to keep going. If I am going too fast, it's a video, you can pause it, all right? So, next one. We have 20 is, remember is equal to 12.5%. Remember, I want to do that as a decimal, no percents in our equations. So I move this 2 spots. My decimal, 0.125 of is multiplied, number is N. Okay? I need to solve for N. So, this is being multiplied. I am going to divide both sides. I'm doing the opposite. Just like how we solve equations. These go away. Alright, so N equals 20 divided by 0.125. Okay, you do that in your calculator. You should get N equals 160. 60. N equals 160. Okay? All right, now we have a few word problems. So, first one, at Somerville High School, there are 553 freshmen. Okay? We need to make an equation. This is going to be the first part, 553, which is, remember when you see is, you do equal to 35%. I'm writing that as a decimal, so that is 0.35 of, which is times the total number of students. So I'm going to use T for total. T for total. That is what I'm solving for. So, again, it's being multiplied. So I am going to divide by 0.35 to both sides. We would get T equals 553 divided by 0.35. You should get 1,580 for your total number of students. Okay? Make sure you know how to do that on your calculator. All right. Next one. Band members had a fundraising goal of $2,500 as they earned money to go to state. The fundraiser was more successful than they expected, and they raised $3,275. What percent of their goal did they raise? Let's make an equation. So we want to find the percent of. So I'm going to use P for percent times for of. Now their goal, all right? Their goal was 2,500. So percent times their goal equals what percent of their goal did they raise? Okay, so now we do equal to, what did they actually raise? 3,275. So to solve this, I'm timesing again. I'm going to divide by 2,500. We should get P equals, divide those two. You should get a decimal, 1.31. But remember, we were asked for a percent. So you have to move the decimal 2 places. Your final answer should be 131%. All right? 131%. It makes sense. It's over 100 because they raised more than their goal. Okay, our equation of the day, percent of change. All right? Write this down. Write this down. Okay, you take your change over the original equals R, that's your rate, over 100. Okay, change divided by original equals R divided by 100. Now let's see how we're going to use this. So, we want to state whether the percent of change is an increase or a decrease. You are always going to get a positive number. We just need to look and see if it was a percent that increased or decreases. So, if we go from $32 to $40, that's an increase. We have more money. So we know it's going to be a percent increase. Now we just have to find how much. Remember our equation. We want change over original. Okay? So, my change from 32 to 40 is $8. Over my original was 32. Equals R, that's what we're solving for, the rate, over 100. Now, this is a proportion. You cross multiply. Draw the x's. 32 times r equals 100 times 8, 800. Draw the line. To solve for r, we divide by 32. Okay, you should get that r equals 80. Okay, r equals 80, and it's a percent increase. An 80% increase. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, that's wrong. It should be 25, right? Okay, hopefully you caught that on your calculator. I was looking at the wrong problem. It should be a 25% increase. My bad. Okay. Let's do this one. This time, you go from 20 feet to 4 feet. We went down. We went down from 20 to 4. That's a decrease. So, my change over original. Okay? The change from 20 to 4 is 16. The original is the number you start with. 20 equals r over 100. We cross multiply. 20 times r. 20r equals 16 times 100. 1600. Solve for r. Divide by 20. Sorry, on this one, you should get r equals 80% decrease. Decrease, an 80% decrease because we decreased to begin with. All right, let's use this to solve some real world problems now, all right? So, this is something you can use the next time you're out shopping. So let's say there's a shirt. It's $45, but there's a 40% discount, okay? We're gonna use our same equation. So change over original equals r over 100. Our change, that is what we're trying to find. We want to find the change in the price. Okay, the original price, 45. Our rate is 40. Because it's 40% off over 100. Now, we cross multiply. Okay, for change, I'm just going to call it x for now. Okay, so we get 100 times x equals 45 times 40. Okay, do that in your calculators, and you should get 45 times 40, do that quick for me. I gotta get my calculator. 45 times 40 should be 1,800. Then you divide by 100 to both sides. Okay, and we should get, all right, you should get 27. Oh, wait, no, you should get 18. So sorry. X equals 18. Now, you are not done. Don't put 18 as your answer because 18 was the change. That's the discount. Your discount is 18. You still need to take 45 minus 18. That's when you get $27 as the new price of your shirt. The new price of your shirt. Okay. I know that's a lot. Let's practice it again. All right? Our backpack is $35. That's the original price. It goes on the bottom. We know 100 is always going to go on the bottom. We are trying to find the change. Our rate is 7%. Now, this time it's tax. Okay, tax is what you add on to your price. So when we find the change, we have to add it to the original price. Don't subtract it. It's not a discount. It's tax. So, let's draw our cross multiply. We get 100x equals 35 times 7. Do that in your calculator. You should get 245. 245. Okay. Now we need to solve for x. We should divide both sides by 100. You get x equals 2.45. Remember, since that is tax, we should take 35 plus $2.45, and you should get your final answer. Your final price is $37.45. $37.45. Okay. There is one more problem. Okay, it is a bonus problem. I am going to check your notes tomorrow to make sure that you have done this one. Okay? I'm not going to do it up here. I want you to do it, though. Okay? So, you have to do two equations. First, find the discount. Then, with that number, find the tax. See if you can do it. It's a bonus question. All right? Now, really quickly, before you do that, let's look at this last slide, okay? Because the homework has changed. The homework problems are right here on the last slide. You do not have to do 1, 2, or 3. Okay? But you do have to do 10 through 22 even. They're right here. Alright, they're right there. Then you have to do 18 through 26. Alright, and 30 and 36. They are all right here. Okay? They are not in the book. Alright, they are not in the book. So you have to do them using this slide. Don't look for them on the book because you won't find them. Alright? So work on these. They are due tomorrow.